Oh geez, this is how unprepared I am. I don't even have a intro song. That's bad. I was playing with my audio settings and I lost track of time. I've been trying to make it so that you can't hear me when I breathe, but that's not going so well. Oh geez, do I have an emergency intro song that I can pull? I don't even think so. I think I'm just gonna have to do this like straight and just talk like a normal person instead of acting like I have a soundtrack or something. Oh geez. Let's see. Is YouTube on current bitrate is lower than it's on, isn't it? Yeah, okay, it's on. It's on. Oh jeez. My notes are a disaster. I've been busy today. Here's my current situation. I guess I'm just gonna have to explain where I'm at in life right now because I'm frustrated and I need to vent. And as we've established, you guys are like my therapy. So, when you enter Schengen, which is the agreement that almost all EU countries and some non-EU countries like Norway and Switzerland are in, basically you get a stamp and you're good for the entire continent of Europe for 90 days, or 90 days before your passport expires. Well, I get here and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do this in a month. I'm going to get my passport renewed, and then I'm going to get a more permanent residence at a country. And so I go to the Department of State, and to renew your passport online, you have to get a check for $110 US from an American banking institution. If you don't know, there aren't really any American banks in Europe. I mean, there are overseas branches and stuff, but for my banks, which are all credit unions, there isn't one. So I order a cashier's check, which is the only thing they accept. They don't accept euros. They don't accept United States dollars in cash. They accept personal checks and cashier's checks. I'm not a grandmother. I don't have a cashier's check or a personal check notebook. So I request one to be sent overseas. It has yet to arrive. And I've requested another one to be sent overseas. And I'm waiting on that. But because it's taken so long for this check to get here, and it's going to take like another 2 weeks to renew my passport, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I have two options, basically. Three, but one's not legal. One option is just to stay here and become an illegal immigrant again for the second time, and basically hire a lawyer to figure out what to do. Option number two is to return to the United States, renew my passport there, and then come back, which is expensive. It's expensive to fly across the Atlantic, and I don't know where in the U.S. I would go. I might as well just go to, like, L.A. and see Dick, I guess. Maybe fly to Virginia and say hi to Chris. It really doesn't matter. The whole point is just to go there, to somewhere near a passport processing center in the U.S., and renew my passport, and then come back. Because if I come back to the Schengen, the rule is something like 180 days in a single calendar year, or 90 days per stay. So as long as I stay out of the Schengen for 1 day, I can come back immediately and start another 90 days. And then I have 90 days to actually get permanent residence. Otherwise, I have to leave, right? The third option is possibly cheaper, but also riskier. I cannot go to the U.S., and I can renew my passport in another country that is outside of Schengen that I can get another tourist visa at. And that would be, because the entire continent of Europe is basically Schengen, either going to a Balkan country like Serbia, Russia, or Israel. I can fly to Israel and renew my passport in Israel and then fly back to Schengen and possibly save money while doing so. So I'm very contentiously debating inside what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan. So that's my current situation. That's what I've been debating in my head for the last few weeks as I try to figure out what I'm going to do. Yeah, go to Israel. Everyone seems to like the Israel option. I could meet people. I could meet easy peasy. I can go straight to Tel Aviv and meet easy peasy, and then render unto him, or render unto me, Encyclopedia Dramatica, because apparently at least according to Easy Peasy, Encyclopedia Dramatica is dead. Let me find this tweet. Hopefully I can find it. God, he tweets a lot. Where's the tweet where he says that Edie is dead? From his story, what he said is the guy, I think Sean, is it Sean Bean or whatever? He's apparently in jail for fraud, or he's in jail for hacking. Oh, easy peasy. What happened? What happened to Encyclopedia Dramatica? I think the guy went to jail for fraud. Get him one? I guess I could. He left my Discord channel, I think. Is he here? I think he did leave my Discord channel, that fucker. Oh well, if he wants to talk, I can, because I don't really have too much to say. I'm going to cover the... It isn't CBin anymore. I got banned from Discord. The issue with that is apparently the people who do have the backups of Encyclopedia Dramatica don't like me too much, which is some hot goss. I don't know if they're afraid I'm going to compromise the integrity of Encyclopedia Dramatica by editing my own article to be more favorable, but I'll say that I wouldn't. And people can bully me relentlessly if I do. Oh, here it is. I'll quote the Twitter Easy Peasy, because the Discord Easy Peasy has been banned, which is quite impressive. I don't know how you got banned. I've managed not to get banned from Discord, so I must be doing something right that you're not. FYI, Encyclopedia Dramatica is down because our admin is in jail and didn't give anyone the password. He's not in jail for anything site-related. He's in jail for forgery, but I think that's not right. That's a previous crime. We don't know what he did because it's a sealed indictment, but whatever it is, it's a federal offense. Probably something related to hacking. ED is cancer, no worries, but it is of significance to the internet, right? It is of internet culture. So I feel compelled to want to save it. Yeah, I'll take on all the complaints. You know, Encyclopedia Dramatica doesn't really get that many complaints because for a while, CB or whatever, he reverse proxied through 1776. So any complaints to the host that ED would get, I would get, which was a lot of fun because I got some interesting complaints. But in terms of the sheer volume of complaints, I'll write this on the screen so everyone can see it. It goes in order like this. Oh, jeez. Give me a link to the new Discord. It's on the fucking site. It's at madattheinternet.com. Just join like a normal person, then tag me. Okay. Here's the order of operations. Number 1 is... let me do it in reverse, actually. In terms of complaints that I get, number 3 was ED. Number 2 was the Q Farms. And then number 1, Random Russian Site. Random Russian Site is by far the most contentious thing that I host, because from what I understand, it's like a clone of, and I say host, but it's probably just a reverse proxy. It's just a clone of a veto, I think. It's like a Russian Craigslist, and Russia has laws against doxing. Basically, you can't publish someone's information without their permission. And this Russian website archives this Craigslist thing that they run, and people don't like that. I get threatened with the FSB like every single day, literally like once or twice a day. I get emails from people in Russia complaining about this website, and I get so many complaints that I can't adequately even look at them all. I have like a filter set up so that anything mentioning this website automatically gets archived and automatically gets forwarded to the person who owns the site. And even then, even though I explicitly filter out any mention of this site altogether, I still get emails that pass it because they fail to mention the site. They just include screenshots, and a lot of them include screenshots of Yandex, which is like the Russian Google search engine, saying that if I search my telephone number, I find this website with my old advertisements on Avito, and they don't like that, and they're going to complain to the FSB because of it. And what's really funny is that, according to the guy who runs the website, Google will take down any website or any old advertisements that people complain about, and he gets notifications from Google constantly about these takedowns. But Yandex, which is a properly Russian company based out of St. Petersburg, I think, which is entirely Russian owned, does not honor these takedown requests and still shows the advertisements. So even though Google has no reason really to honor the Russians, they still do anyways. So that's pretty funny. Easy Peasy has still not managed to find this link. I don't know. I don't know how he can't do this. Oh well. Well, he's doing that. Let me go ahead and play a couple minutes of Phil Burnell talking about his life, because that's how he is complete. He has to be near the end. I'm not usually one to prognosticate about Phil Burnell having a demise, but there's no way he's going to be able to stay on for a little bit longer. I mean, not for too much longer. Because just listen. Just listen.
Because there's nothing we can do about it. You have to do it. You have to make a change. And you shouldn't be embarrassed when in life you're defeated in a certain way and you have to make some kind of a change in order to fix it. Because this is a big loss for me, a big fail for me, that I have to do something now that I don't want to do. I never wanted to do in my life, but I have to. So during that whole summer and early fall, I started looking into options and considering various things. I talked to various people, and there were a couple different options that I could have taken. But basically, eventually, I sat down and I saw a lawyer and talked to the lawyer, and the lawyer said, with your situation, there's really no way out besides declaring bankruptcy. Like, there's no way. How are you going to get out of not only owing all this debt that you have behind the scenes through credit cards and loans, but now you've got a home that you can't pay for and they're going to foreclose on you. Chances are they're going to sue you for the money that you owe. And he's like, looking at your income is inconsistent but good. Like, my income's always been good. The problem is the debts are getting worse because these are all revolving debts. These are credit card debts that are getting bigger and bigger every year because I can't pay them down. It's just getting worse and worse every moment. So basically what ended up happening was I saw a bankruptcy lawyer, and we went through a lot of information. It's been a very arduous process, to say the least, okay? Going through so much different stuff. And during, it's hilarious. It really is. During my initial meetings with this bankruptcy lawyer, okay, I basically explained the whole situation of how I got into the situation I'm in. Like, how did you have this amount of income those years and all of a sudden your income went down because of this? And I explained, because trolls and all this. Huh? So I explained, I'm an internet personality. I have people who harass me on a daily basis and totally make shit up and all of that. And they're like, wow, I can't imagine. Now, this is, a lawyer who has no exposure to the whole internet lifestyle of when you're an internet personality, a complete outsider. And just matter-of-factly explaining the facts of the situation of what's going on with me in my daily life. This person is like speechless, flabbergasted. This is what you go through every day? I'm like, yeah. Like, every fucking day of my life, this is what I go through. My wife, gets attacked on a daily basis. It has nothing to do with any of this, okay? It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty fucked up. All this information. And all the stuff that happens to me. So anyway, I fully explained to the bankruptcy lawyer up front, chances are anything that could be public on the internet is going to go public, okay? And so I had discussions with the bankruptcy lawyer about how to go about this, how to discuss it, what to publicly reveal, what to not publicly reveal, okay? And essentially, once I had explained...
Let me just pause it right there to recap, because it is... I want to cover this next bit as well, the next 3 minutes. But just to explain, DSP is filing for bankruptcy, and he's talking about it now, but it was discovered a couple months ago because he has two homes, despite him constantly talking about how little money he makes, how he can't pay his bills, how he can't pay his mortgage, how he can't pay his taxes. He has two homes. He has a home in Seattle, and he has a home in Connecticut across the country, and he pays mortgages on both. And as of December, the bank that has the mortgage for that house is foreclosing on it. And as he's talking to his financial attorney, about this foreclosure, the attorney basically says, you're going to have to file for bankruptcy because your finances are so bad. There is no way that I can see you salvaging your financial situation as it stands with your income and your debts. You have completely expired your options here. You have to go for bankruptcy. It'll hurt, and it'll take 10 years to get wiped off your record, but that's what you got to do. And this next part's funny because the attorney basically explains to him what a public document is.
To the bankruptcy lawyer, everything. They responded in this manner. It sounds to me like no matter what, these people who are after you are so crazy fucking obsessed. Not to say fucking, but they're so crazy obsessed with you, they're going to find everything out anyway. Even though they shouldn't have access to the information that it sounds like they get about you, they're going to end up finding it. For example, a foreclosure, when it happens, when a bank actually goes to sue you for foreclosure, that's a public filing. And even though no normal person would have access to that data or even know where to look, these idiots sound like they will find it because they constantly will go after your information. And if there's someone who literally has no life and just sits there and looks at public filings every day for the name Phil Burnell, they're going to eventually find it. Guess what happened in December, guys? It was like clockwork. It was literally like clockwork, absolutely like clockwork, where as soon as the bank formally filed for the foreclosure on me for this property in Connecticut, immediately the trolls find it and post it all over the internet, right? It was like the day of. It wasn't even like a delay. So these idiots literally sit there refresh to find this information about me. It's insane. But they found it, okay?
Okay, again, I think that's all I'm going to play, but the meat of his complaint is that people found public information. He really thought in his mind that he can have a foreclosure and he can go bankrupt and nobody would find out. That is between him and the government and God and the person suing him in the court system, and no third party is going to be privy to that. Apparently not realizing that it's like it gets sent to creditors and stuff. It gets sent to the bureaus. So he's ranting and raving that essentially he got found out. And the big thing that he's upset about is this. This thread came out on Saturday, so right after the last stream. And it's a very long thread, and it was one of the threads that I did a lot of testing on regarding the new highlight feature that I was developing to make sure that it was highlighting the right information and making long threads legible. Someone did some digging and found out that Darkside Phil is a whale for a mobile game. They believe that he has spent tens of thousands of dollars, between like $10,000 is the conservative estimate, and in excess of $30,000 is the generous estimate in regards to exactly how much real money he has poured into this WWE mobile game called WWE Champions. It was sort of unbelievable at first because they call me DSP as his tag in WWE Champion. And the first thought is, someone changed their name or something. But based on his spending habits, based on the fact that he was number 4 in the entire world for this particular game, and there's no way that it's a joke. Like, it's like a reverse Saudi Arabian prince, if it is a joke. There's a specific post somewhere down the line where they match up they track his login dates because the login information is public. and it very closely matches. Like, he's logging into this game right after his streams, and then right before his streams, and then not during the streams. So either this person is someone who's extremely dedicated to putting on this facade to the point where they're spending tens of thousands of dollars, or they're DSP, which is the more likely explanation. They went into the Discord group, and this kind of explains a mystery that the DSP people have been having for some time, where he refuses to make an official Discord, and he refuses to participate in third-party Discord ran by actual fans of his. But on some of his streams, people had noticed that the Discord icon was on his desktop. And people were asking, why do you have Discord if you refuse to use Discord? And the answer is that his clan, Uselessness, on the WWE Champions mobile game, has a Discord server. And he is considered like the biggest spender in the game. And because he is such a heavy spender, and because he makes high places on the high score tables, all the people in his clan benefit as a result. And they were very eager to ban anyone asking about DSP. They were quick to deny that that's DSP. They were quick to deny that he was a member of their group, because they really, really did not want to chase this guy off, who they were all kind of benefiting from the presence of. And I think this is his gamer tag or whatever. He has all these different things. So either DSP coincidentally had Discord after denying using Discord, after saying that he couldn't figure out the app and he didn't want to use it, while at the same time someone was impersonating him on multiple platforms and spending tons and tons of money while doing it, or the person who is now going bankrupt is like a mentally ill addict of mobile games and spent tens of thousands of dollars that were allegedly going towards taxes and bills on a cheap, shitty gacha game ran by WWE. And in case you're curious, DSP is a huge fan of WWE. He wanted to do a stylized project to the theme of like a wrestling type thing. He's streamed in excess a lot of WWE franchise video games. He is a fan of the wrestling entertainment industry. So totally 100% him. It's just crazy that he would do this. And the really sad thing is, I don't know how you'd want to describe it. I would use sad, but he just got married, I think. I think he just married that woman, Kat. And immediately after they get married, he files for bankruptcy, or plans to file for bankruptcy. And hopefully he's going to be able to file as an individual and take the hit without her being affected. But if if she was not cautious and they bound their finances together, she is going to take a huge hit in her own credit for up to 10 years, because she will be a part of the bankruptcy. That would be unbelievably unfortunate, because they literally just got married, and then he thinks, oh, I have to file for bankruptcy. So if she does take a hit, he is just like the most inconsiderate asshole who has ever lived. Just preposterously inconsiderate. So hopefully, I'm on Team Cat. I'm really hoping that she doesn't get blindsided by a bankruptcy, but I don't know. I don't know what she sees in Darksideville, so maybe it's her own fault. Maybe we can just blame her for it. Okay, we're now like in the middle of the stream, so I can pull this out without being too likely to get banned for it. I saw this tweet and it made me laugh from Gav, who has an LGBT flag emoji and then the EU emoji and then a rose emoji in his name, called Socialist Don. He says, "My dear friends, for a number of reasons, especially Brexit, I have decided to end my life. I have taken the final overdose. I wanted to thank you. You have given me the love and friendship I never had before found on Earth. I love you all, and I'm sorry to part from you." Hearts emojis. Then in the replies from the Greater Manchester Police, officers have located this individual. Thank you for making us aware. And then in another reply, they say that they have him and he's okay. So here this man is in a post-Brexit United Kingdom. He desires death, and he overdoses on medication. As he lays on his sofa, as the warm embrace of the abyss wraps around him, he hears a knock at the door, and from outside, they call, "Mate, do you got a license for that suicide?" And he rolls out of bed, knowing there is no point resisting it. He is going to the hospital, and he's going to be paying his debt to the government. So, I when I saw this, I laughed out loud, and I wanted to share that with everyone. What's funny also is that his account's now locked down. Like, I guess they're afraid that other people might be inspired to commit suicide by Brexit, so they have they have shut it down effectively. Here's a video of Boogie biting his animal for no reason.
You know, my favorite thing about Sammy is he's delicious. Watch this, guys. You ready? Watch this. This is how delicious my dog is. You guys ready? Did I hurt you? I'm sorry. Did I scare you? Did I scare you? Oh, I scared you. I'm sorry, babe. Did I scare you? Good boy. I must have scared you, huh? I must have.
I'm sure you scared him. Just as a friendly reminder, my first thought when I saw this was, Boogie has false teeth. Like, his entire teeth, all of them are replaced. Like, the entire gum system is reconstructed with faux teeth. So he can't really feel his teeth too well. He might be able to feel temperature numbly, but he doesn't have that kind of sensitivity that you and I have when we bite into stuff. So he really can't feel how hard he's biting. And he can't feel, texture to food just from his teeth. So really, you really shouldn't be biting living animals, trying to be sexy about it or whatever. I mean, he's not trying to, like, I'm not saying he's trying to be sexy with the dog by giving it like an affectionate nibble, but he's trying to be playful, right? And I don't think that works when you can't feel things inside your mouth. So the dog kind of flinched. Let me get to that point. It's right here.
Hurt you? I'm sorry.
Like, the dog flinches and shakes a little bit because that probably hurt it.
Did I hurt you?
And I don't think it's animal cruelty. Like, I know a lot of people when they see stuff like this, they get really, really kind of irrationally angry and start calling like animal welfare and stuff. Clearly, it was just an accident. I don't think that the dog will be taken away. Please don't bother Humane Services by reporting this as animal abuse. I'm pretty sure he's not like a habitual dog jumper or something. And even if he was, I'm pretty sure it's legal to eat your dog. So you just can't torture animals. And you can't torture them through neglect either. He's been eating shit for it, though, not just dogs. He's been eating shit. He says, "Hey man, as the owner of the dog, I want you to know he is well taken care of and quite spoiled. I may have made a mistake here by roughhousing him too much, but he's literally never been startled by it before, and this dog is literally spoiled rotten. Taken to the vet every 6 months like clockwork, fed a strict diet, and walked 3 times a day. Please don't let this one clip think that he's not the most spoiled dog in the world, because he absolutely is." Someone pointed out that you don't take your dog to the vet every 6 months, you take them every year, because dogs don't need checkups every year, or every 6 months, unless they have something wrong with them, so he probably is lying about how well he takes care of his dog, because Boogie's like a chronic pathological liar. But I don't know, it's just funny. People like to hate him, and when you do stuff like bite your animal on live stream, it makes it easy to hate you. And I didn't write this down, but this reminds me of it. I was kind of just browsing around, and I saw a video of the Frederick Knudsen guy talking to someone I've never heard of before. But their funny podcast conversation was they were reading an email from Wolf, the Ruben Barron guy, the Cuban animal torturer. And I don't think I've read this on stream. I might have mentioned it before, but when the guy who was hunting down Wolf found him, he sent him an email, and Wolf replied, we didn't expect him to reply, and we all thought that he had the wrong information at the time, but the reply from Wolf was like several pages of groveling and trying to explain himself and his life. It was a very, very long letter, and it was trying to excuse himself of guilt for his behavior. A kind of weird combination of apologizing for it and trying to take credit for it, but saying that he deserved a second chance or something. And I read it, and I don't. It's a weird part of my life, I guess, because it's weird seeing someone kind of begging for his life. It wasn't my decision to make, but it was something that I was a part of. And it was a strange thing to me. And it was a strange thing also seeing Frederick Knudsen reading this as if it was like a joke, as if everything was like a punchline. And it didn't sit well with me. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I really didn't like how he handled it. He handled it like it was a Looney Tunes thing or some kind of comedy sketch or something, and it wasn't funny. I guess it's a bit heavy, but that was the first thing I've seen from Knudsen that was like, this is kind of disgusting, my friend, to read the letter of a dead man and laugh at it like that's your place. Anyways, here's a tranny punching someone.
Yaniv, will you be pleading guilty? What?
Go.
No,
Go.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey!
Stop!
Go away from me! Go away!
Fucking hell!
Go away from me!
Jesus, get away from me!
Go away
you
from
fucking
me.
crazy fucking
Get
thing!
away from me! Get away! Get the fuck away from me!
Stay away from me!
Get away from me! Now! Right now! You heard me?
I'm calling the police on you.
I don't give a shit! Get away from me!
You stay away from me. I'm back.
I, for one, am extremely glad that Yaniv was able to recover from their physical disabilities that had left them bound to a scooter, like a little Scooty Puff Jr., and they're now capable of running around bashing journalists with the rest of us. Ooh, that's a good picture. Thank you, Sputnik International. I want to say just kind of, I really don't like this guy, this journalist. The rebel media people are infamous for kind of like starting shit with people and stalking them until they get frustrated and attack them. So in terms of like journalists that get punched, they were probably the worst one to get punched because nobody cares because it's the rebel media. And their whole thing, it's like a grift. I think it's like yanivtrial.com or something. Oh, what? Oh, no, that was it. Blocked by web antivirus. See how, it forwards you to an HTTP URL, that's why. It takes you to this page where they beg you for money, and it has, like, updates on the trial, and they act like that they're the ones championing it or something, and it's just, like, a bunch of assholes. But here's this guy, the Kian Bexta guy. Fuck him. He has a punchable face. Look at this face. I would punch this guy. I would assault this journalist in carrying out the legal rights that I have to defend myself. But Yaniv did get arrested for this, from what I understand. And they're already facing a trial for illegally possessing a weapon. After this assault incident, the BC Mounties, I guess, came over to their apartment and searched it and found pepper spray, which I also think is an illegal weapon in Canada, because of course it is. And now they're getting charged for assault, and that has its own $6,000 fine. Yaniv is now facing 6 months in prison for weapon charges that stem from a live stream. That's from stun gun. Police soon arrested Yaniv and searched the trans activist's house, where they also found prohibited pepper spray. I don't know if they... Oh, I thought he got arrested for the assault. Where is this? Oh god, this is already like 21 fucking pages. Never should have come here. Where? I'm never gonna be able to find this now. I feel like a retard. I swear they got a proper assault charge though. If they didn't, I mean, maybe they didn't, because the Leafs are the Leafs, and they can't be trusted to do anything. Let's search a little bit. Oh, is this it? Oh, this is the same tweet. Criminal investigation confirmed. Assault charges expected. Civil actions being filed. Yaniv may not maybe behind bars for up to 5 years. I'm sure that's going to happen. Full story at the grifttrial.com. So it hasn't happened yet, but apparently he's expecting the charges to be placed. But I don't know. It's the Leafs and it's the Rebel Media, so don't expect too much. Okay, here's a fun story. I like telling people who have kind of, they're not paying attention to stuff, right? And you say, okay, when you read articles that sound like they're trying to convince people not to have children or to have like gay sex or to have interracial marriages, just search the person, and every time you'll find something that is concerning about their history, right? So they sent me this thing, and it's by Emma McGowan, Does Semen Upset Vaginal Flora? And the whole article is saying that, and of course the LGBT thing down here. I guess that maybe that is an actual thing, but when I see rainbow flags now, I get triggered. The basic thing is that if you have vaginal sex, man's semen apparently hurts your vagina's ability to clean itself. So always use a condom or do anal, right? That's the lesson here. So we go to LinkedIn, right? And you say, okay, Emma McGowan, who are you? She's a freelance writer and editor from San Francisco, of course. But then we go down to her experience, and it's mostly editing writing. But then we go down to her degree, and she's from Bard College. Now, Bard College is a university in New York City, right? And she has a bachelor's degree in sociology. Sociology, you may know, is not anything having to do with medicine. She is not the kind of person who should be writing an article about reproductive health because they have no expertise in medicine. They're just a sociologist. So they do know how to write, and they do know how to manipulate people because that's what a sociology degree is. But then we go further. She studied in a very specific program while in the Bard College. She was a member of the Bard College program on globalization and international affairs. Well, isn't that interesting that this writer discouraging English speakers from having vaginal sex is a sociology major from a program on globalization? I just like all these. I like it how it's every time. Like, they don't have to be of a certain disposition. But when they write these kinds of things, you can every time Google them, find their early history, and kind of recognize that their past would implicate them in having a motivation to write this sort of stuff. And it's pretty shocking, I guess. Well, not really. You get used to it at a certain point, but for normal people, when you tell them, just look this person up, and you'll every time find this sort of links. They are shocked by it. All right. I'm afraid that's it, actually, because I've been busy this week, and not much has happened. So I'm going to kill some time by talking to Easy Peasy. Easy Peasy, if I come to Tel Aviv,
yeah,
would you want to meet up? You want to go out for some
absolutely not.
Why not?
Stay the fuck away from me. Listen, Goyim are not allowed. If you have a foreskin, you cannot enter.
I don't have a foreskin. I'm coming.
Ah, shit.
I'm not
God
going.
damn it.
I'm not going. You can't stop me. They can
God
do PG
damn
checks
it.
at the airport, and they can't stop me. I'm American, motherfucker.
Foiled again.
So,
okay, so let me tell you what's going on with the site.
Okay.
So you remember Seabean, or whatever his name was. So he stole the site from Zyger because Zyger was stealing the money to buy drugs, to buy heroin.
Yes.
And he assured us that he's a very good, very tech-savvy admin. He knows what he's doing. Well,
Okay.
It appears that since he took over the site, he had not bothered to make a single backup, and then the site crashed. And then he didn't do anything, and the site was taken over by a new guy who we did not want to take over because he's completely insane. But he was willing to do it. He had his own hosting service. Weird guy who was in the past accused of stolen valor. Assured us he never committed stolen valor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me until you got to the stolen valor thing. No, continue. Okay, stolen valor.
stolen valor. He assured us that he never pretended to be a soldier, that threatened to sue anyone who mentions it. Very interesting guy. So after a while of running the site, suddenly he stops logging in for like 3 weeks. And so, of course, one of our admins thinks, I wonder where he is. I better check the local jailhouses. And, of course, that's exactly where he is. So up until like an hour ago, we didn't know because the indictment was sealed, but now we know what it's for. Apparently, he got fired from a tech company he was working with. So he hacked into that company, crashed their servers to trick them into hiring him again.
Did it work?
Well, they did hire him, but then they realized that he was the one who originally hacked their fucking servers and knocked it down. So now he's in fucking jail. He's the only one with control of the server, and that's it. Someone needs to go there and get the password for him, or recreate the site or something, because he's in fucking prison. I mean, well, we're still waiting for trial, but it's been
nobody has any backups of the site, like a recent
yeah,
backup?
there are a few backups. They're a little, well, they're not so old. They're like from late 2017. So someone needs to recreate the site, I guess, but no one wants to because it's a pain in the ass. You said you might want it. I told them, listen, you guys, do you want Null to do it? And they're like, no, we don't like Null because he's gay. So there's a disagreement between the admins of if you are or are not gay enough to let you make a backup of the site. Some of them like you, some of them think you're a big loser who will be very annoying, and it's better just let the site die than
No,
to let you
I don't.
have it.
I don't want to have anything to do with maintaining the site. I want nothing to do with the day-to-day operations of the site.
I know, but they don't believe me. They think you're so gay that you'll just destroy the site by osmosis.
I don't have. Well, that's probably true. I tend to be like a plague upon every house that I touch.
You're just so unfun that they don't want. They don't like you. You're just no fun. No.
What's funny is I registered preemptively just in case. I registered Encyclopedia Dramatica.is with FlokiNet. And I put in the information for like the LLC in my virtual office, and I said don't make it private because I want it to be public who is, so that if something happens, people will just email me as opposed to bothering the registrar or something.
Yeah.
And they sent me an email preemptively because I guess one of the guys knows what Encyclopedia Dramatica is, and like you realize that you didn't do WhoIsGuard, right? You realize that this is going to be public on the WhoIs database, right? You realize that people are going to be able to look this information up and see who owns this domain, right? I'm like, yeah. I know. It's okay. It's intentional. I appreciate your proactive concern for my well-being, but
Jesus
very nice.
Christ. Yeah, so now we have one admin that lost the site because he was in jail for being in a hacking group. Then another admin went to jail for heroin. Now the third admin is in jail for I guess some sort of fraud.
yeah.
The site is running perfectly. This is like usual. This is normal operations.
Well, that's because normal people don't want to touch it. You can't.
Yeah.
It's either like a grift to get like heroin needle money, or it's like a grift to, or you're like just like a psychopath, I guess. I don't know. And I see the site as being historically important at this point. You can't just let it.
I'd like there to be a backup or something. Like a bunch of people are saying, maybe I'll make a backup, maybe I'll make a backup. I don't really have much faith in any of them. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do technology stuff. But considering the people who are contacting me to ask me what's going on and saying they might do it, I'm like, you're going to cause like something a lot worse. This is going to be some sort of disaster. I remember one time they gave control over to the site. Like, it went down, and one guy who's a legit neo-Nazi recreated it, and he accidentally exposed the entire mailing list, all of the emails of everyone on the site publicly. Just ingenious. Then
which admin is that?
He was only an admin for a short while. His name was VX. Then that's not the end of the story. Then he got locked out of the server by the actual admins. Then he tried to hack the site to take control over back from the admin. This was Seabean. And then when he got banned for this, he threatened to commit suicide. So this is normal admin stuff on ED. Did I tell you about the dead guy's mom? The dead mom of the guy. Did I tell you that story ever?
The dead mom of
Listen,
the ex guy?
No. This is a story that happened a few months ago. I don't know if I told you this or not. One guy's mom was dying of a heroin overdose. So instead of calling an ambulance, he put a party hat on her, took a picture, and posted it on the forum.
That's awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of the other admins besides me thought it was awesome and deleted it before I can get a copy. Just bitch shit. Just complete bitch shit. The woman was partying. She was clearly partying. She had her heroin. She was having fun. Why'd you gotta ruin her party?
Whose first instinct would it be to delete that? They have to be like afraid of the police or something at that point.
No, the guy, the kid who posted it was like 17. They were worried he's a minor, so it might get us in trouble or something.
Well, if he's a minor, it's his fault for lying by visiting the site. Because the FOIA says don't visit the site if you're under 18. Yeah,
we don't. There's actually no warning. I don't think we've ever put up a warning of don't visit the site.
I'll put up a warning for everyone so they know.
Yeah, that's for the best. We usually, most people who get banned from the site are banned because we find out that they're 16 and then they post a picture of their dick. So that's the main reason for getting banned from the site, even though Like I Care did post a picture of his dick when he was 16 and we let him stay. So the rules aren't very, very clear on that. We deleted the picture, but we left him.
Yeah, you gotta have a hard rule that says you can't say that you're under 18.
Yeah, we probably should have. So anyway, our admin is in jail. He's the only one with the password or whatever it is you need to get the server running. And someone's gonna have to go there and trade the password for like a shiv or put money in this commissary if we want the password back. Yeah,
I'll just send him a letter, and if he wants like $100 for Twinkies or something, I'll send him a what's it called? Western Union transfer.
We'll sneak in like a little file so he can break out.
No, I'm just going to give him Twinkie money. That's all he needs. It's 2 years. Don't try to break out. They'll put you in for 14. Just get your Twinkies.
Just send him some cup ramen. That's currency right now in jails. You know that?
A cup of ramen?
Yeah, they don't have money in jail, and they don't have hardly any cigarettes, so they've started trading for ramen. Ramen is like money. Packets of like 10-cent ramen.
Yeah, you can't have cash in prison, but you can buy from the commissary with cash. So they just use food.
So they buy ramen, they use it as money in jail. That's a real thing that's going on now. I think beef is like $2 and chicken is $1.
That's pretty fair. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to donate money to me, I'm opening up. It's not a Patreon. It's going to be a mailbox, and you can just send me packets of ramen. If you want more videos.
I'll bring over some ramen to Tel Aviv when I renew my visa. We'll meet up. We'll meet up, and I'll give you some ramen. It'll be great. We can take pictures.
No problem. Gonna share a romantic cup of ramen together. Put 2 straws in it.
All right. Well, thank you for talking about Encyclopedia Dramatica's history.
Thank you for having me.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Okay. Oh, there is one thing, because someone keeps mentioning Catboys in the chat. Is after I looked into the Fuentes thing last week, and I basically said it looks like a gay op, and I don't see what the fuss is about. Like, I understand the bad optics, but I don't see the doom and gloom that I guess a lot of people are trying to put out. And then as soon as I said that, I got a bunch of people like all at once saying something like, "Oh, so the pedophiles are sticking up for each other. So if Fuentes is is friends with someone who's a pedophile, a known pedophile, then it's okay somehow." And it's like, you know, when you immediately resort to that kind of stuff, I kind of feel that it definitely is some kind of gay op where you just immediately start calling everyone who disagrees with you a pedophile, and it's like it does absolutely nothing to make me think that Fuentes has done something wrong. No girls ever. He said no e-girls ever. Cries out in pain as he strikes you. Hetero up. Oh, it's... No. Nick Fuentes is like friends with that Catboy Cammy, and people are saying that he's a pedophile because he looks at Lolicon or something. I don't know the whole background to that, but I don't think it makes Nick Fuentes a pedophile. That's ridiculous. but a lot of people are going after him and saying that, and I kind of feel that it is like some coordinated thing to make him look bad because they don't like him. So I'm shelving my concern for all of that until something happens that makes me think it has more credibility than what it is. You know, I saw an image, because someone keeps... What did someone say? Someone mentioned a percentage. Something about anal sex and conservatism. I saw a tweet from... do I still have that open? Because I'd be interested in seeing it. No, I don't have it open. But it was a tweet that said something like they polled the EU and the United States. And the United States was like something 13% of people polled identified as LGBTQ. And in Europe, it was like half that. It was like 5% of people identify. And it varied greatly on the country. Like in UK, it was like 11%. But in Hungary, it was 1% and a little bit higher in Poland. And it's like, if it's so normal and so natural, why does it change so much depending on where you're from? Because if you're just answering like an anonymous phone poll, it can't be voter suppression or whatever. It can't be like intimidation if you're just anonymously responding to a poll to some guy from an international organization. Surely it is. Surely that can't be right. If it is, I mean, even if it is suppression, it shouldn't be as dramatic as like 1% versus 13%. Then, right? It should be a more narrow gap. But what do I know? I have a fear of polls from international organizations. That's fair. I think that's it. Am I missing anything, my friends? I don't think so. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's because the thing that gets me about the whole argument that being gay is like entirely just how you were born as is in cases where there's identical twins, there's a 50% chance if one is gay that the other is gay. And if it's just how you're born as, it should be closer to 100%, but it's not. It's just 50. And if it was just entirely for your environment, then it should be closer to 13%, like the standard, right? So clearly, how your upbringing and what you're exposed to matters as much as your genetics, is what I think. I don't know. Tessa Blancard video, don't know who that is. Spoonie is a sad brain. I think I talked about that before, right? Where his wife left him or something, and now he just looks like death. I didn't cover the Onision stuff because I don't like Onision. I don't like talking about him. But Chris Hansen went to his house, and Onision hid inside and called the police on Chris Hansen because Chris Hansen wanted to talk to him. That's pretty funny. I don't know. I consider that all kind of really fabricated because Chris Hansen desperately wants this to be like a return to form, like To Catch a Predator, and Onision desperately enjoys the drama and the tension. So I find it extremely faux, all of it. I find it very fake. Oh, there was a glitch with Facebook where people could see the edit history of posts on Facebook on any page. And if you went to the edit history of the post, you would also see who made the edit. So for people like Greta Thunberg, it turned out that all of their posts on Facebook were written by some Indian guy and her father. And there were many people like that who had edit histories exposed that basically just showed that those people are not involved in their Facebook at all. Greta's excuse was that their tweets just get copied by their dad and their Indian friend because they don't like Facebook and they don't want to use Facebook. So, and they don't have a Facebook account, so they have to rely on someone who has an account, like their dad or the Indian guy, in order to copy that over to their Facebook page. But I don't buy that. I don't think they make any of their own messages. I think it's like just a puppet at this point. So, oh, and just as a public service announcement, if you are using Windows 10, update your computer immediately. Just press the Windows key, type in Windows Update, and then immediately update. Make sure it's got the latest update pulled. and then restart your computer, because there was a significant issue that was found by the NSA that they released on the 14th. And the gist is that the Windows SSL certificate system cached SSL certificates based on a fingerprint, which is very, very easy to forge. They don't actually check the certificates. And what it allowed people to do was forge SSL certificates and do man-in-the-middle attacks, essentially enabling them to do remote code executions through your browser on every computer in the world that relied on the Windows SSL certificate cache system. So if you are using Windows, 100% update. Make sure you've got the latest patch as of January 14th, because if not, you are exposed to one of the most serious exploits that have happened on the internet in probably like a decade or more. Like since IE6, it's a really bad glitch. Some browsers are also releasing their own patches. I know the issue didn't affect Firefox for some reason, because I don't think Firefox uses the Windows SSL certificate system at all. It uses a custom one that it has. So update Chrome, update Brave, update Windows, and don't get hacked, because you don't want that. This is why I still run Windows 98. Yeah, a lot of people haven't updated from Windows 7, but buyer beware. If you don't update from Windows 7, eventually they're going to be finding vulnerabilities for that aren't being patched, because Microsoft isn't doing updates for Windows 7 anymore. Yes, I'll stream Life is Strange tomorrow. All right. I think that is it. Unless anyone has a request, I have a outro song that everyone is definitely going to hate, but I like it, and that's all that matters. Oh, Melinda. Have I talked about that? I don't think I have. The Melinda Leigh Scott, the woman who's sued the forum like 5 times now, she has completely lost her mind, and her husband are on the Kiwi Farms posting in their thread, and they've been going for like every day, multiple times a day, for like 100 pages, just arguing with people about crazy shit, like the earth is flat. And Melinda is suing the court system now because she's convinced that there's judicial fraud, and I am a high-ranking Mason, and the judges are also Masons, and they're giving me a pass on her completely batshit insane lawsuits because we're all Masons and stuff. She keeps asking me, trying to demand to know what level Mason I am, and it's just fascinating that... And she completely refuses to admit that she lost any of her cases. In her mind, she's still 100% in the right. Nothing has indicated to her that she's in the wrong. And whenever I say that she's lost and point out the fact that she's posting arguments on a website that she sued 5 times to try and close, it just goes right over their head. It's really unbelievable to me that these two people are so equally insane in such a specific way, and they somehow manage to find each other. It's fascinating because they are broken. Like their ability to go from point A to point B is completely and totally obliterated, and they're completely unaware of it, and they're not going to stop being weirdos until something happens that physically prevents them from continuing being insane weirdos. Oh, and they keep they keep cursing me in the name of Yahuwah, and her name Tamar is like a biblical name, like a Torah name, and she calls herself like a Torah study expert, and she's trying to publish academic articles about the Torah in her Torah studies. And God, it's just, when I tried talking to her, she says, sweetie, actually, I have a bachelor's of arts and you're a high school dropout, and I'm a Torah scholar, and basically I'm better than you. It's just fascinating. I've not tried to engage. I don't want to argue back and forth with her about stupid shit, because she's not really there. She's not really like a person you can persuade, but I'm watching her argue with other people, and it's fascinating. I might do like a write-up, just summarizing all the like monumentally retarded shit they've said. Tamar means fig. That's funny. She's a fig, I guess. So Melinda Leigh Scott, aka the Fig, is now like a resident on the forum. She's a prolific poster, one of the most prolific posters of the last week. And if you just want to see like a crazy couple of schizophrenics argue ad nauseum for 100 pages, it should be featured on the forum. You can go check that out. Maybe you can use the highlight system that I developed and get caught up real fast. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.